Hey guys, welcome to another gear review. This is Robert McClellan. Today we will be reviewing the Twin Loco by Warman Guitars. This is a rails type system humbucker encased within a single coil encasement. Therefore you can fit this humbucker into places you normally would not be able to fit a humbucker without having to alter too much. One thing I would like to say is I'm not specifically or necessarily endorsed by Warman. However, I have done tutorial videos on the pickups that I've bought from them in the past, and so by just their being nice, they reached out and sent me a bunch of these to review. So over the next few months I'm going to be reviewing several of these pickups as they have sent them to me, doing sound examples and things like that, like we'll be doing today. Today, however, we will be focusing on the Twin Loco, as I've already stated. And just for those audio nerds out there like myself, to let you know exactly how I'll be recording these sound examples so that you'll know kind of what was going on behind the scenes. I am using Ernie Ball Slinkies. These are 10s. I'm running it through a Mogami cable into a tuner, and then from out of the tuner is another Mogami cable into a Scarlett 6i6 into my digital audio workstation, which is Cakewalk by BandLab. There's absolutely no processing that's being done on these sound examples, except for the ones where we will show you here at the end, where I'm actually trying to create like an amp simulation to show you what it would sound like driven through an amp simulator. Now I'll be going on. Real quickly, I also wanted to make mention of the fact that when you get these, they're going to look a little bit different from my actual Twin Loco, in the sense that they're going to have the Warman logo still on them because mine fell off in my installation process, unfortunately. And the rails actually come black to begin with, and I scraped a little bit of the black off, and rather than just leave like a shiny line on it, I scraped all of the black off. Ended up liking the look of it better anyway. So you have the option of rather leaving them black or even scraping off the paint without damaging them. Didn't affect the tone whatsoever. And then you can actually have like a silver type rails. I need to also let you know about the wiring of these, because the industry standards for wiring schematics and whatnot, I say industry standards, I don't even know, the electrician standards, I guess is what you would call it, for the UK is a little bit different than what it is for the US. So in their schematics they tell you that the green is hot and that the black is ground, and typically speaking that's what you would think it would be. However, with my particular pickup, and it might have even been the neck pickup that is installed, I had to actually reverse the wiring. And if you don't, you'll have an out of phase humbucker, at least in a Telecaster style guitar, that will sound not so desirable. Now it might be a sound that you like, and you can certainly do that. You can wire it out of phase if you want to get like a little bit more of a different sound, but you will definitely significantly lose a lot of gain in your middle position, especially if you do that. So the other thing I want to make mention of is the red and the white wires, as you see here, are soldered together, and then I just use some heat shrink tubing to kind of tape them off, so to speak. But the green and the ground are soldered together and heat shrink tubed again, and then soldered to the cavity of the switch selector. This is a 3-switch method, so the black wire is actually wired in series to the first two. The middle is left alone so that you have your blend, and then the bottom is wired up just as the top was. Now the finished product, however, looks beautiful. I really like the way that it upgraded the look of the guitar, but more so than just the looks, I think you're wanting to actually know what it sounds like. So let's go straight to that now. So I've already covered on how these were recorded. I used the same pick, the same strings, the same, I've tried my best to actually volume match these, and I say that because when I installed the Warman, obviously the volume level got a little bit higher, so I had to tone down my input level. And you will definitely get an increase in gain if you wire the Warman in phase. Now if you wire it out of phase, yet again you switch to that middle position, you're going to lose a bunch of volume, and it's not going to sound so good. So what you're looking at here is the original pickups, red, white, and blue. In each one of these, whether it's the original pickups here whether it's the out of phase pickups here or the in phase pickups here. The red stands for the neck, the middle stands for the middle position, obviously, or the white stands for the middle, and the blue stands for the bridge. So now that you know that, I just want to real quickly show you what the out of phase sounds like, because I'm not going to cover that in depth, but I want to show you what it sounds like anyway, in case it's something like maybe you thought, well, what does it sound like? So here's the original middle position from the original pickups. Okay, and here's what it sounds like if you were to wire it out of phase with the Warman pickup. Yeah. I know, right? Now, if that's a sound that you might be going for, by all means, knock yourself out, go for it. And this is the Warman in phase, wired up, in my opinion, properly. Middle position. Now, it's easiest to hear the difference, at least in my opinion, in tonality whenever it's actually like back to back. So as you can see here, I've comped the middle position on this track here, and what I've done is you're going to hear them back to back. So whenever you hear recording 3, it's going to be the original pickup's middle position. When it switches to recording 23, it's the new Warman pickup wired correctly in the middle position. By hearing them back to back, it should be easier, in my personal opinion, to really hear the tonality difference. So I'm going to go ahead and loop this, and we'll play this for a second here so you can hear that. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so the first thing that I pick up on as a mix engineer, one who is listening all the time for frequencies, resonances, harmonics, things of this nature, one of the first things that I'm hearing is in the original pickups, although they don't sound bad, they sound crisper, a little bit cleaner. Although they don't sound bad, there also is a high hiss. It's like somewhere up in the kilohertz. I mean, I'm talking like 9,000 kilohertz, somewhere up in there. You can hear it. If I was to exaggerate this, here, let me turn the gain up by about 6 dBs and you can hear it better. Hear that? Now, granted, it's still there just a little bit under the surface on the Warman, but if I was going to be recording this in a studio type setting, that would be much more desirable to have that not be there. Also, what I notice is that the Warman pickups have a tendency to be more rounded sounding, if that makes sense. They sound a little rounder, a little fuller. There's a little bit more bass in them, which I find preferable as well, because if bass is added, you can always take bass out, but you can't add bass in a recording type setting as well. So now let's go ahead and listen to the bridge. We'll just go straight to that. I'm not going to let you listen to the bridge out of phase, because it's going to sound exactly the same. The only time you're going to get an out of phase sound, if you have them wired up wrong, is in the middle position, obviously. So let's go ahead and listen to, when you hear recording 4, it will be the original bridge. When you hear recording 24, it's going to be the new Warman wired up correctly. And let me go ahead and select these, and we will loop that. And here you go, take a listen. Okay, so I don't think I necessarily have to loop that. I think you were able to hear. Yet again, I'm picking up some things in the original that I liked, and I'm also picking up some things in the Warman that I liked. But by and large, one thing you have to know is that I volume match these. And in the Warman pickup, I'm actually picking up a significant amount more gain, which not only in a recording studio environment would be great for certain applications, and also running through pedals and things of this nature, but also in a live type setting would be excellent, because now I can get more gain pushed through my amp, pushed through my pedals, and I will definitely be taking this to our local assembly and trying this out at church here soon. I think it's going to sound great through the pedal board. So now, to wrap this all up, we're going to listen to, this is a loop, just real quickly. This is the music that we'll be playing over top of. And what I'm going to do is, you're going to listen to the loop and me doing like some solo guitar over top of that loop with the original, and then I'll let you listen to the out of phase and then to the in phase. Real quickly, this has got a little bit of compression on it. I'm running it through this analog valve driver to kind of give it like an amp sound. All of these have been copied, all of the settings have been copied and pasted onto the next track, so that nothing has changed on these. It's strictly, you know, the dry signal going through these very same effects on every channel. So real quickly, we're going to hear the original, and please don't mind my guitar playing. I'm not the world's greatest guitar player, but hopefully this will give you a little bit of an example. So the original pickups. Pickup. Now I'm going to switch to the middle. And you'll see I'm getting ready to switch to the bridge. Okay, so that was the original pickups. You'll notice I've got markers up here at the top of the screen, and whenever you see this marker change, that's when I'm actually switching pickups in the middle of my playing. So I start out on the neck, then I go to the middle, and I end on the bridge, and I play out the bridge the longest because it's what we actually changed out. So now let's listen to the out of phase. Here we go. Notice it doesn't sound much different until we get to the middle, and then it's like, whoa. Enough of that. Anyway, let's go to the one that's actually wired up properly, and this will conclude the video after we finish this out. guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just something kind of real quick. Let you hear at least some sound examples of these pickups before you actually buy them. Now obviously they're going to sound different on your gear, with your picks, with your strings and everything of that. There's so many variables in all of this. However, at least now you know a little bit more about them, that if you was to go and purchase them, which they're super cheap, at least you can know what you're getting into. Now, as a final encapsulation of everything that I've went over, the sound examples that I've done here at home as well privately, the one thing that I have to say is I'm definitely happy with them. Doing the twin Loco humbucker single coil sized humbucker dual rail. Hey guys, Robert McClellan here. Welcome to another tutorial video. Hey guys, Robert McClellan here. Welcome to another gear review video. Today we're going to be regearing